Okay, well, what you're looking at right now is the turbine in I should say the compressor wheel in the Garrett VNT turbo off of a 2006 Jeep Liberty. I just pulled this out due to a lack of oil, caused the turbo main bearing to go out. So, the reason, and it was kind of hard to tell inside the vehicle, but due to the sound, I pretty much narrowed it down to the turbo. And you can actually see in this shot right here where the fins have been getting banged up because they've been beaten against the side of the housing. Let's see if I can get this to stay in focus here, and I'll show you something where, stick my finger in here, and you can see the amount of side-to-side play. There's not a whole lot up and down, but side to side, I mean, I can sit here and get the fins, as worn down as they are, to hit the side of the housing. So that main bearing shot. Unfortunately, because it's a VNT turbo, Garrett doesn't sell rebuild kits for this. They're just not available, and a lot of the people that have pulled these apart pretty much agreed with Garrett due to the tolerances within the housings. It's just not possible for an average person to buy a rebuild kit. But got a new one on order. Hopefully it gets in today or tomorrow, and I can get that put in. But yeah, like I said, that right there is a very bad thing. You should never have that much play. Flip it over so you can see the back, which really isn't going to tell you much more than the front would. But wipe it off here. My hands are mostly clean. I've been wearing gloves this entire time. I will say this thing was somewhat of a bear to get off. It wasn't so much that it was hard, just the mounting bolts were in awkward places. And if the zoom focuses in here, you can see from the back side too the amount of play. And the exhaust housing, I mean, and that's a single shaft, so that's running all the way up to the front. So that play is translating, this end play is translating to end play on the compressor side of the housing too. So one thing I did notice, made it easier for me when I was taking this off. If you look here, you'll see that this is where it bolts into the manifold, and it's a pretty tight squeeze in there. So what I noticed was, coming top to bottom, that because it actually sets like this on your engine from looking at it from the top down. The back two were fairly easy to get to. I was able to get them both with a combination box wrench. Turned them and took them right out. These two were a little bit more difficult. I was able to get the bottom one. What I did was I stuck a socket with a couple of short extensions on from the bottom, came around to the top, and popped it loose and whatnot from there. That top one right there, in order to get a socket to seat flush on it, you'll notice that I pulled that bolt out, one of the housing bolts out, because of the angle of that going in. A short socket, obviously due to the stud, it's too short to go in, and a long one kept hitting on that. So I thought I might have to pull them both out, but as you can see, I was able to leave that one in. I just had to pull that one out, and I was able to get a long socket on it and get it out. Well, that's that's my video for the day, and enjoy.